Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Skyrim live stream part 3. Oh my lord, everything's closing down on me. Anyways, hope you enjoy the stream. Let me know what you think of it in the chat, and I'll catch you in the next one. Toodaloo.
Come on in.
Huh?
We've got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Every night, I walk around the Grey Quarter and let them Greyskins know what I think of them.
If you're looking to hire the strongest my blade is sharp and I thirst for battle. Onward then. Sure, feel free to hand me all the gold you want. Let's go.
I hope the wind dies down a bit before tonight. Hard when you've got to sleep outside.
I'd rather fight bandits than Draugr. At least bandits know when to stay dead. I'll tear you to pieces. Could have sworn I heard something right behind us.
You're different, aren't you? Not like anyone else. Not in Morthal or Skyrim. I get lost sometimes. I'm
Please
not
don't
sure
mind
where
Yorick.
I go. Well, I'm
He's not bad.
I've been looking
I'm
for
not
you.
here.
He's not.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
You are new to Morthal. We've not spoken before. This is interesting. If you stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead, you may save your breath! I have done no such thing, nor do I intend to. I simply wish to live my life in peace. The people of Morthal would much rather weave their own horrid tales about my life than simply ask me for the truth. If they choose to fear me in their ignorance, that's their choice, but it will not change what is true. I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. You deal with powerful forces. Take care they do not overwhelm you. As anyone will tell you, Morthal can be a dangerous place. My talents are useful here. I help maintain order, even if it goes unnoticed. The marsh is treacherous. You would do well to not wander at night. You need to leave.
Hey, get out of here. You need to leave.
You need to leave. If you're here to purchase, I have many spells available. Do come in.
Do you like magic? Valiant says I'm good at learning. I like learning about magic. When I grow up, will I go to the college in Winterhold?
No, I don't think that will be necessary.
But I'm learning about magic, and that's what they do there. Shouldn't I go?
The college is not the only place to learn about magic.
But you went there, didn't you? Isn't that where you learned?
I was there only for a short time. Much of what I have learned has been on my own, and I will teach you. You have no reason to go there.
But...
That's enough.
What is it?
I don't.
What's
I
the
haven't
Jarl
noticed
going
it.
to do about it?
Not quite.
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
Sorry. Nothing.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
Nope. Sorry.
It's no use.
Nothing.
Let's get back to it then.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that... You want me to prove it? I bet 100 gold I can take you, bare-handed. Milk drinker. Oh well, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. They haven't made me a guard, even though I've been asking. So I'll take odd jobs, anything that comes along for now. Until next time.
Unless it's about the mill. I don't have time to talk. Trust you saw the house that burned down. Peculiar bit of business that was. And that's on top of noises from the marsh in the night. Tales of monsters. And now this wizard in our midst. What's a man to do if he can't look to his Jarl for help? The world's going mad, and our Jarl does what? She hides inside with her visions. We need a leader, not some mystic. How can I? She never speaks with us. She's allowed this wizard Fallion to live in our midst practicing gods know what. And now there's talk of rebellion and dragons? What help could Idgrad be against them? No. We can only rely on ourselves. You do well to remember that. Good day.
What do you need? Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
Wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thune be taught?
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first. That's what many here wanted. A quiet life in a quiet place, without the noise or the trouble of a city. Now some worry this wizard Fallion will foul it all up. Ah, you saw that, did you? Life in Morthal has been troubled lately. The people are uncertain, restless. Merely look to the Jarl for leadership. There's news of rebellion against the Empire. Strange noises have been heard in the marshes at night. And then, the tragedy with Hrogar's home. The men simply seek wisdom. Everything will be fine. I'll take my leave then.
So, life has brought you to Morthal, and to me. What purpose this serves we will no doubt see. Welcome. That which is unknown can create unease, even fear. It is to be expected. Some fear our new resident wizard. As they grow to know him, they will accept him. Time will prove me right. I stand where I have always stood, here in Morthal. Now is not the time to fight amongst ourselves. I fear dark days approach, and all of Skyrim's strength will be needed. The Divines reveal things to me at times, yes. I do not hide this. It is a gift. Anyone who believes otherwise does not and cannot understand it. All right then.
You will not disrespect Jarl Idgrad while in this hall. Do we have an understanding? Then by all means, go about your business. Yes?
No, Gorm. I am simply telling you what I see.
Yes, okay. Well, thank you. Yes?
Keep an eye out for trouble. It's only a matter of time. Not sure I understand the question. The Legion's always been in Skyrim. We have garrisons throughout all the provinces of the Empire. Our mission is to serve the Emperor, uphold the law, protect the citizenry. Skyrim's days are darkening, and the Legion will soon be called into service like never before. But we stand ready, as always, to meet that call. Think you've got the metal, eh? Honestly, the Legion can use all the able bodies it can muster. We have our hands full. A dead king, a rebellion, and now dragons. Skyrim's a mess. If you're serious, make your way to Solitude. Our headquarters is Castle Dower. You find General Tullius there, commanding our forces in Skyrim. But talk to Legate Rika. She handles the local recruiting. Until next time. Have you made a decision about Valian?
What decision is there to be made? I allowed him to live here. I stand by that.
Yes, but there are concerns. Rumors that he's up to something.
We are all up to something, my dear. All is as it should be.
Nope, sorry.
Oh, do come in. I hope I have what you need. If you need any alchemy supplies, I'll do my best to provide them. I picked up the trade when I was a girl. One of the temple healers staying here on a pilgrimage showed me the basics. She had a book with her, Song of the Alchemists, that I used to read over and over. I miss having a copy. Really? I'd be happy to show you a bit about herbs if you find the book. No. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out. They don't usually work, but I try. Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock. I think I can teach you a thing or two. Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Please I haven't Mother's. Someday I'll be Jarl. Mother reminds me often. I hope I can help the people of
How are the headaches, dear? You or your mother still having them?
Oh yes,
It's a
all
fine
the time.
potion you put
They
together.
come with the visions, as always.
Jürgen and I both... I don't get many customers, but that leaves me time to try things out. Experiment, I guess.
You lost? Have you seen my mother? I'm still waiting for her to come home.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time.
Of course, it's available if you want to buy it. Of course.
A new face. Such a welcome sight in dreary old Morthal.
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
There ain't much to offer, but if you want a place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room. Hrogar's house? It burned down not too long ago. It's a real pity about his wife and kid. The screams woke half the town. Most folk won't go near it now for fear it's cursed. Hrogar claims it was a hearth fire. Some folks say Hrogar started it himself. That's what they say. See, he's living with Alva now. That started the day after the fire. It ain't right moving in with a new love the day after your kin die like that. Aye. Our Jarl would sure like to know if he did, though. Might even pay to find out. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that? Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. Slow? No, it just ain't there at all. Few enough reasons to pass through Morthal before the war started. Now, well, let's just say the front door doesn't get much use. Lurbach? Fancies himself a bard. He pays, so I let him stay. If I had any customers, I'd be worried about him annoying them, but, well, look around. Yeah,
I'm just a poor man trying to make a living. I'd leave Morthal were it in my power.
Jörgen and I both work hard, all the time. Morthal is important to both of us. I don't get many customers, but that leaves me time to try things out. Experiment.
The warehouse is for East Empire Company workers only. Entering without permission is a crime. This is the East Empire Company's central warehouse. All of their shipments go through here. Unfortunately, thanks to some problems they've been having, it hasn't seen much use lately. Either way, it's off limits to you. How should I know? I don't work for them. If you want to help, I suppose you could head to Windhelm and talk to Orthus and Dario. He's in charge over there.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Oh, hello. Have a seat, will you?
Can I help you? My husband handles the indoor work, just as well.
I was a much
He'd
younger
only
man
hurt
when
himself.
You're a guest. Your father says we have to be polite to guests. Mama said I could help with the goats.
I grew up tending some of these horses. They're almost
Got
family.
business at the stables? If you're heading up to Solitude...
Is this about the stables?
Stop to check out.
Yeah.
Wait. It's a good one. Need a ride?
We're just in time to say hello to Rugbeer. He's the sorry bastard who's going to be executed. The gate guard who let Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he killed the High King.
They can't hurt Uncle Bob here. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
You betrayed us!
Lock the city gate.
Traitor!
Get on with it!
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
They're all hard.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric
Liar.
challenged Torig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Cut him down.
Very well, Rogver. Bow your head.
On this day, I go to Sonnengarten.
What is it?
Oh, I guess it's all over. I expected... I don't know what I expected.
Some gate guard you were!
He died well.
Out with it. Damn Stormcloak rebels.
Mind yourself in my city, friend. This here axe in full swing is a right terrible sight.
Damn shame, Rockville. You're a good man. Can't wait to kill another of Ulfric's boys.
Not right now.
Rogvir, why did it have to be like this?
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
New in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over to the Winking Skeever. We work in it, I own it. Well, okay. My father owns the Winking Skeever, but it's the family business, so it'll be mine when he kicks off. I showed up to watch, yeah. I don't know if they were right to execute him for what he did, but I'll tell you something. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Listen, Rogvir and I grew up together. It was us, a few others, and Vivienne. Vivienne Onus. I have no idea why, but one day I told Rogvir I liked her. It was a stupid thing to do. He mocked me incessantly after that. From that point forward, every time Vivienne and I were anywhere close to each other, he made sure to humiliate me. He beat me up, dumped meat on my head, anything he could get away with. Once he even slipped a beehive into my bed. We were children, sure, but Rogvir never outgrew that immaturity or his cruelty. So any talk about him being an honorable Nord? Pure folly. I was done talking anyway.
Hello, yes. I'm the Dean of History, and scribe work when I can find some quiet time. Ah, yes. Adonato's new work. Shorter than I expected, but words must be judged on merit, not length. I'll look over this later. Why don't you take this for your trouble? Well, you've come to the right place. I suppose I should return to my papers. Come on in, just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink. They were smaller back then. I've heard Jari Ra's hanging around the Wells district, looking for new blood to hire. Varnius Junius stopped by here on his way to court. He was worried about something. I'm sure Falk Firebeard could tell you what. People say there's a man wandering the streets near the Blue Palace. He seems distressed, but he's not making any sense. I think the Bard's College might be looking for recruits. You should speak to the head of the college, Viarmo, if you're interested. Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
Fletching suits me. Ah, yet another new face. I'm from Hammerfell, you see. I can hardly keep track of all the people I've been meeting. Aye, but I'll be here in solitude for longer still. Fiata's skill as a Fletcher drew me to this place. I wanted to learn. And there is still much of Skyrim I wish to see. I hear there is a city, Windhelm, that is nearly white with... what do you call it? Oh yeah, snow. And far to the west lies a ruin, Volskag. Inside there's said to be a wall, black as night, and it speaks in the ancient dragon tongue. There are wonders in this place I never dreamed imaginable. Where the dragon attacked, we've heard rumors of death and fire from the skies, but no real news. Then we should soon be selling arrows by the bushel. A sword is no good against a dragon. Good to talk to a fellow traveler.
It's been my honor to Sure. What can I do for you? Yes. Feel free to make requests. Oh, no. But being surrounded by good music, good drink, and good friends is all I've ever asked for. Generally, if you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus. That's only in that I'm a graduate. I work here at the Winking Skeever. I would highly recommend it, though. Talk to Viarmo if you're interested. You should think about staying the night. Corpulus keeps a clean inn.
By blade or by spell, if you want it dead, you seem to be a little short on Come back and see me when you've got the gold. The blade can be as lethal as the spell, but deadlier still is the one who wields both.
We provide clothing for all of Solitude's most influential residents. But for you, I'll make an exception. You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raymond's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit. Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raymond. Thank you for your patronage. Sister dear, could you try sewing these sleeves a little tighter? We can't have our customers looking sloppy because clothes and raiment for the discerning customer. Good. And while you're it is when my customers waste time chatting and not buying. Finally.
Spare some gold for a Can you spare a septum? Lost a... What? You see a man fallen on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever? I was there. I fought in the Great War. I was on the field at Anvil. And when I was struck down, they left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. I'm not interested.
I'm a little... You were there for Rogvir's execution.
You might want to rethink.
Most people head over to the Winking Skeever. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip. Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his damned insurrectionists. She wouldn't have to be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir. And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter. You really don't know? He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape Solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out. People to see and places to go, huh? If you're You look like an adventurous one. I bet we're kindred spirits, you and I.
You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun? Wonderful. I hadn't really hoped to run into someone who'd been there. My daughter Fura was assigned to Whiterun after she joined the Imperial Army. I was hoping you might have met her. I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried talking to Captain Aldous, but he hasn't been any help. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Anything you can find out from Captain Aldous would be welcome news. Don't forget me next time you need herbs and potions.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run.
Welcome to the center of the world. Or at least my brother Eriker's world. Yes, my older brother, and the person you probably want to be speaking to right now. But really, since Torig's death, Falk Firebeard wields the true power of the Jarl's court. My brother is nothing more than a pompous little fop. Oh, if you're looking for a good attitude, go see the bards. They'll fake it for you if nothing else. If you're looking for truth instead, see Noster. He's a good example of what life has to offer. And if you're just looking to feel good, go get some spiced wine from Yvette. But whatever you do, just leave me alone. We'll speak again later.
Viren said you got here just before the execution. Must have been a lovely first sight. Baron's my husband. He works the forge up at Castle Dower. I barely see him nowadays, what with him filling orders for the army. Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Have you met my dear brother Eriker? The man's as trustworthy as a Khajiit.
Take a look. Make sure to recommend us to your associates.
You're passing through Solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes? It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us, we're very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Dija and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things. I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the ice runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. Turn me in? For what? What crime's been committed? I'm just making idle talk about what would most undoubtedly be a tragic event. A tragic and very, very profitable event. Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash. It would be best if we spoke little until we've completed your task.
I don't want to talk. I shouldn't be. Mama says if I do, people are gonna ask about Uncle Rogvir. Maybe if I don't talk, they won't either. Dragon? Really? Was it big? Did it breathe fire? Oh wow, I knew it! I knew they were real! I have to remember to tell Papa. Thanks. Papa talks about it some. Mom doesn't say much since Uncle Rogvir died. She doesn't even go to temple anymore. I wish she would. At least that way she'd have people to talk to. You would do that? That's great. You should go do it right now.
May the divines guide and keep you.
Plenty of fresh fish for you.
Get your fresh fruit and produce here.
Sorry, yes. It's been hard on her. The girl misses her uncle. I've tried to explain that Rogvir did something bad, and that we all have to be accountable for our actions. But the child feels what she will. These are troubled times.
Apples, tomato. You look like you could do with a ripe apple. Or a tomato. Cabbage. Or that I do. I had a messenger from Dragon Bridge stop here on his way to the Blue Palace not too long ago. He was very nervous. Mentioned something about needing help.
Spiced wine for the
I have my way. The Black Blood Marauders have been plundering ships off the coast.
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you? Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it. Great. Get back to me when you're done and I'll give you something for your time. Good luck out there. Seems like a
You
tough
know,
time.
the winking skeever's not just the best in solitude. It's all...
Papa says I don't want to talk. Hey, wanna play tag? Come back if you don't play tag.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
Hello, and true, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art. Why, of course. And will you also be needing the bow that shoots rainbows? Or perhaps a quiver that dispenses beer? Look, if you want arrows, we have them, but don't insult my intelligence. What are you hunting? Never mind, I don't want to know. Perhaps I'll be seeing more of you.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. It's almost all I have time for these days. The men training here in Solitude, and the troops out in the field, they all need weapons and armor. You should look into joining. They could use every hand they can get. To be honest, no. But High King Torrig supported them. And now, her Lady Elisif has thrown in with them. You could say I'm a king's man at heart. I guess that's Jarl's man now. My loyalty lies with Solitude. So, where Jarl Elisif leads, I follow. I think I would, if it weren't for my son and my wife. Oh, Sema would have my hide if I even suggested I might step foot on a battlefield. You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are dangerous? Ha! Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests.
Hey, wanna play tag?
Need something?
I wish only to grab... It's an honor to have Viarmo for instruction on drum, but it's far too reserved for my taste.
Youngest bard at the Bard's College, at your service.
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you? Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago. Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem. Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library, if you're interested. Not much, but as a bard, I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes in this war, no winners to be had, and no real conclusion. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons. 1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times, but the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era. I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it. I have faith.
It's been my honor to perform at the Blue Palace on many occasions.
Good to meet a prospective bard.
Quite the admirer.
He's sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. We shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svafnir's contribution to the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the Edda in his or her time. And a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death and all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svafnir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself. Be careful. You might find more than just King Olaf's verse in Dead Men's Respite.
Your performance has been excellent lately, Aya. You still need training, but one day you will make an adequate singer.
Yes, Dean. Thank you.
Meals are served to bards at designated times. Find an inn if you want to make requests.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me short.
Don't forget my name. Someday everyone will be saying it.
Right.
When I was a young rascal, I broke a man's arm with
Seville
a single punch.
Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I make sure Erica keeps breathing. No, that honor is Seville Stentor, and keeps himself out of the dungeon when she's having a bath. Let's just say that Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough.
Are you my gallant hero? Have you come to whisk me away?
The Imperials are good for business, and business is good for Skyrim. Oh, most certainly. At least when Elisif herself asks. If you're inquiring whether we have concerns about her age and inexperience, let me put it this way. The Thanes have every confidence in General Tullius's leadership. I'm a Thane. In the future, you may want to gain that information before talking with someone. Risk of looking like an idiot. Careful now. Wouldn't want someone to get burned.
Need something? Come by the Winking Skeever anytime. What do you need?
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those damned shopkeepers.
Steward.
Proud Spire Manor. Now there's a fine hall. For sale too. If you're interested, talk to
Folks at court won't admit it. That Sibyl Stentor scares us all to death.
Watch your feet. Good morning.
I'm afraid he can. His authority comes from the Emperor, who you also serve, technically. Please, don't interrupt the court.
Thane Bryling, at your service.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafengar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragon Bridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
Steward,
I've got what I came for. I better get back to Dragon Bridge. I've done my part. Dragon Bridge will have extra guards. Falk Firebeard will find a way to take care of the cave. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, you're aware of how necessary my divinations and wards have been in the city's defense.
With the passing of my dear husband Torig, the weighty position of Jarl has fallen to me. Please direct questions to my steward.
And?
Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted. With that terrible voice. Like something out of a legend. Or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say. For it grieves me to speak of it. Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen. A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have? It's quite fetching, actually. The craftsmanship is excellent. Oh, really? Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon. Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Falk is taking care of that. Be well. Pray for solitude.
I am the Jarl's steward. If you have court business to tend to, You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you, I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work. The cave has a bad history. Long ago, Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals. That's where it got the name. That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now, but everyone's always convinced the cave is haunted. Of course he does. What sort of a question is that? Maybe you've been listening to Ericur. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes, and I suspect he's the cause of it. You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to retain your welcome in this city. She may be young, but Elisif is the Jarl by right. And here in Skyrim, if nothing else, we respect the traditions of our fathers' fathers. You'd do well to remember that. That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace. Feel free to return to me with questions.
Thane Bryling, at your service. I can always find time to share a word with a warrior.
The Imperials are good for business, and business is good for Skyrim.
Please address all questions to the steward, Folk Firebeard.
Can't make do without me.
Are you here to talk about my brother? Do you think his execution was justified? Brogvir. He opened a gate and they executed him for it. He opened a gate and the wrong man rode out of it. If that man hadn't been Ulfric's Stormcloak. If Ulfric hadn't killed High King Torrig. But it was Ulfric. And he did kill the High King in honorable combat. My brother refused to allow the Imperials to take revenge for the deed. So now he's dead. Then like Brogvir, you have a Nord's heart. It's hard for many of the people here to understand. I think Aldous understands. I don't think I could have stayed here if anyone else had... I think I need to be done talking for the moment.
Good business for the East Empire Company means all the more gold for the Empire.
careful.
You're like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky two-handed weapons. Out with it. Their aim could be steadier, but they're battle-ready. Can any man hope to be ready for a dragon? I can but hone their skills and harden their hearts. The rest is up to the gods. Not my finest hour. Rogvir was a fine and honorable man. No, I think he was entirely wrong. Rogvir's execution was justified and necessary. Being honorable might make you a good man, but it doesn't make you right. Be a better world if it did. Generally, posting information is need to know only. I've been trying to find the time and place to let her know. The daughter was sent to Whiterun. The skirmishes there have been violent. The Whiterun legate, he needed to know the Stormcloak positions. He sent out a party to scout the area. They happened upon a large force. I'm told none of them made it back. Private Morard, Angela's daughter, was in that scouting party. She needs to be told. Yes? Keep my men in your prayers. They'll need them if they don't shape up. Someday soon we will all see battle. What you do here today may well save your life.
As High Priest of the Eight Divine, I bid you welcome.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause.
Keep your guard up.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir? You can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle? Do you have some reason to be here, citizen? Have we? Oh, of course. You were at Helgen. One of the prisoners, if I recall correctly. Hadvar's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good soldier. But he hasn't reported in yet, so he can't exactly confirm your story. In the meantime, why don't you have a chat with Legate Ricca? I suspect we might have use for someone resourceful like you. Not many survived Helgen. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding. Speak with Legate Ricca. She will determine if you are Legion material. There's not much up there, but if we can regain Winterhold, our proximity to Windhelm should keep Ulfric wary and wasting troops garrisoned at home. Ulfric's Stormcloak's head rolling away from his lifeless body. The Legion's always been here. Without us to keep order, the provinces would fall into barbarism and lawlessness. Especially Skyrim.
Take, for example, Ulfric Stormcloak and his little rebellion. But rest assured, his days are numbered. I'm originally from Cyrodiil, sent here at the request of the Emperor himself. I'm often ordered to places with problems that need fixing. Now, while I'm certain this is all terribly interesting to you, I have important matters to attend.
Sir. You survived Helgen? General Tullius told me what happened. Not many made it out alive. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with you. I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion. The kind that evaluates your usefulness during duress. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Hrogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse. The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Hrogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in. Good, that's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier.
Keep your guard up. I'll take my leave then.
We need the rift. We need to regain control of it before we march on.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested. When I was a young rascal, I broke a man's arm.
Alright guys, thanks for watching the stream. Next time we kill the bandit leader located at Trader's Post. In the meantime, like always, have a good day, have a good week, and have a good weekend. Toodaloo, friends.